All right, today I want to look at SPY, the triple Qs. We'll look at Bitcoin and Apple. And Apple is going to be very important here. So even if you're not trading Apple and you are interested in learning more about the indices, be sure to watch the Apple segment as well, because what Apple does here will be very important for predicting the market. All right, so first we're looking at the triple Qs. We had a very solid week on the triple Qs with continuing that V-shaped recovery, which is exactly what I was expecting from the April low. That's just a form of capitulation with a V-shaped recovery, very common in technical analysis. I know a lot of people think you had to know the news to get that correct, but all you need to do is go back to that day and look at my videos where I predicted the V-shaped recovery. And I've been talking about it every day since on how to continue to follow that with the shallow pullbacks. And I do believe the V-shaped recovery is largely over with. I had the triple Qs possibly going into the 530s, but I will be 100% upfront with you. I've already taken all my profits, and I even started to short the market on Friday. And today I'm going to explain why I am shorting the market and what I am looking for from here. So on the triple Qs, the first thing we need to do is just move this arrow down. We hit this price target at 522, and from 522, I am now expecting a pullback to at least 508, but likely lower. And this is likely going to happen next week. So this is an immediate response to hitting resistance at 522. Now, this is more than likely just going to be a pullback. I still do think this year we are going to a brand new all-time high. So if you're a longer term swing trader or investor and you don't care about volatility and you don't mind drawdowns, then keep in mind this is just tactical movements within this range. You don't need to worry about it if you're a long-term investor. Now, if you're a short-term trader like I am, this is definitely an opportunity to consider shorting the market from resistance into the pullback support. And if we can't hold this support at 508, we could go as low as 500 and even the 490s. So there's plenty of risk reward for the bears here, or even just bulls trying to lock profits and buy back lower. That is actually the safer way to play a bull trend, because shorting a bull trend, you have the possibility to lose money. But if you just take profits and hope for a pullback so you could buy lower, the worst you can do is miss out if the market keeps going higher, but you won't be losing any money. Now, as I said, I am shorting the market here. I do think this is opportunity to make money to the downside, but that doesn't mean you have to do it as well. So on the triple Qs, we really just need to stay risk off below 522, because there is a good chance of a sizable pullback, anywhere between 2 to 5% or even more. And again, that will still likely be a buying opportunity from another higher low before we continue to push higher. So just look for this pullback while we're below 522. If we break above 522, the squeeze is on and we continue higher towards 533, 540, and then 544. So we do have upside price targets, but that will require the triple Qs to break above 522. While we're below 522, look for a pullback to at least 508. All right, jumping over to SPY, we have a very similar analysis as the triple Qs. A very good chance for a pullback here, and that pullback would likely take us down to at least 583. And then below that, we would come all the way back down towards 568. So again, these are opportunities for a pullback in the market. And if we can't break down below 590, it is possible SPY just goes straight higher towards 604. So there is opportunity to go higher, but if we can't hold above 590, there will likely be a pullback down towards 582 and then 568. So keep that in mind. This is a healthy pullback if we get it, because again, even if we get a pullback in these zones, those are still likely going to be higher lows within this bull trend, which would still send us higher to break out to that brand new all-time high this year. Again, brand new all-time highs are very likely coming. It's just a matter of when, and it could happen in any of these scenarios after a pullback to a higher low and then continuation of a bull trend. So if you're a longer term swing trader that doesn't mind pullbacks and volatility, again, there's no action needed. But if you're a short-term minded trader as I am, look for this possibility of a pullback below this zone right here at 594. Below 594, we could easily go to 582 and then 568. So that is what I'll be watching for next week. If we continue higher above 590, we have a very clear target to look for at 604. All right, next I want to look at Apple stock. By far, Apple is the market moving name of the market. Everybody has their eyes on Apple, and rightfully so. And Apple is in a very interesting situation here, because it's really just stuck in a very tight consolidation within a range, and it could break in either direction here. So what you should be watching for on Apple is extremely simple. So let me lay it out for you and just pay attention to the levels and understand how to follow price here, because it's going to tell you a lot going into next week on if the market is ready to break out and continue higher, or if it's going going to need a cool down first. So the first thing you need to look on Apple is that it is clearly trying to get a bull trend here like the indices with the higher lows, and those higher lows just need confirmation with the breakout to a higher high, and that higher high breakout is a very clear break above the zone between 213 and 215. If Apple gets above 215, it is very likely going straight to 227, and it would happen very quickly. So that is an extremely easy breakout trade if it happens, but one thing I want you to pay attention to is it hasn't happened yet, and it's actually struggling to break through that zone, which means there's enough sellers in this resistance to stop Apple from going higher. Now, because I'm looking for a pullback in the indices, I think we could also get a pullback in Apple that could take it all the way back down towards at least 207, 204 or 200, and from there this is actually a very nice solid trade setup of another higher low after a pullback. And then in that scenario, I think Apple would just go straight up into the 230s with very little cool down along the way. So again, if it's above 215, then there's likely no pullback coming and Apple is just going to push straight to 227. But if Apple is struggling to break above 215 and starts to pull back, I think you could easily see a scenario where it pulls back into the low 200s. And then from the low 200s, I think we'll get another higher low and a push into the 230s. So even if you're not trading Apple, watch it next week. It's going to be a great indication if we get the breakout and continue higher, or if we start a very nice pullback, which is going to end up being a buying opportunity before the next face ripping bull rally. I favor the pullback. That doesn't mean it's going to happen. If we break through the resistance, just instantly get bullish and don't even bother waiting for a pullback. All right, finally, I do want to do a quick update on Bitcoin because it is in an interesting situation here where we already knew we had the bull breakout. I had that price target at 96,000 back here in the past of April, and I did say 96,000 would be a very strong resistance. So we did spend a lot of time consolidating at 96,000. But as you can see, we had that very impulsive break on high volume above resistance, and we did get all the way back up towards that previous all-time high right around 106,000. Now from here, there could be another strong resistance here from the previous all-time highs where we need to chew through a lot of sellers, but it obviously looks like Bitcoin is trying to go to that brand new all-time high that I have up there at 118,000. And the easiest way to play Bitcoin is simply just stay bullish while it's above 102. If it can't break below 102, it's likely going to 108 and then 118. And if it does break below 102, then you're just looking for that retest of 96. So 102,000 is a critical support. If we can't hold 102,000, we go back down to test 96,000. Very simple. It's bullish as long as it's above 102, or you could just continue to stay bullish above 96,000. So lastly, I'll leave you with an update on our performance. We're currently up 16.05% year to date, absolutely crushing this market. And this is my trade alert service where you get the exact buy and sell alerts for the percent allocations that I am trading for the TQQQ and the SQQQ. And all you have to do is match that percent allocation and you can have the same exact performance of being up over 16% year to date. If you're interested in my alert service, you can find out how to join TSC Trade Alerts in the description of this video as well as the comment section. And now is a great time to join if you've been considering it because we are extremely cash heavy and there is a lot of trades coming up right around the corner. So now would be a great time to get involved in this service. So next week should be a great week. I think there's lots of opportunities for great trades in both directions. All we need to do is follow the chart. So make that trade plan based around the critical levels that I gave you, and I think you will do very well. So thank you for watching, everybody. Now go crush this market.
FOMO, just focus, I see the trap. While they tweeting to the moon, I'm setting that cap. Exit at the top, clean hands, no stain. Left the hype at the peak, now they cry in vain.